The Ice Tower got a very nice buff, and I actually want to talk about it. So I chose the perfect map for this one. It's balanced because everything converges into the middle, but I do want to try something with this tower because this got a buff which I think got a little bit overlooked by most people, and I think I wanna spend like an entire video just testing out and seeing if this thing is any good. So I'm talking about the buff that the Shards got, which is the third tier upgrade, and then obviously it works out for all of the other ones, but it's this one that's the most important one, the Shards buff, and then we're gonna obviously test it to a super brittle because this thing got buffed as well when it comes to the Shards. I think we need to, I don't know how to even start this thing because I think we're gonna need to go a little bit deeper into explaining how this whole tower works, because if you go down the Ice Tower rabbit hole, I think that you're gonna be stuck there for like 30 minutes straight up and just reading and just testing how stuff works. So I'm gonna give you guys just the gist of it and what's the most important thing. Then maybe we're gonna dive into upgrades and crosspaths and stuff like that. Okay, let me talk to you guys about what this tower is doing. So basically, when you get the Ice Shards upgrade, it applies this effect, this shard effect, and whenever that specific layer of bloom gets popped, it releases shards, and you guys knew that already. Now the thing that happened in the last update is that this effect got a buff, and now those shards, their damage is uncapped, and what it means by uncapped is that if you give this thing an alchemist, then that means that the shards are going to do more damage. And I also think it works that if you give it some damage debuffs, like for example like the embrittlement, which is coincidentally its 4th tier upgrade, I think it actually works. I think it buffs the shards and then it goes for the 5th tier, the super brittle as well. So now because these shards can do extraordinary amounts of damage, and you also release 6 shards when you get the super brittle instead of 3 shards, I think that there is a lot of potential into just having to do a lot. I think that these guys can actually do a lot of damage. This is gonna be fine. Both of our towers can pop lead balloons, and I think, yeah, I know that I'm being scared for nothing, but I've just never used the Ice Tower as a DPS thingy. Okay, so let's just first get the shards and let's see how good these guys are. Yes, look at that. So a lot of white balloons incoming, and even though we can't hit them, when the shards pop, I think that the white balloons pop as well. Yes, there we go. That's very good. Very good upgrade that we have this shards thingy. So let me get the Berserker Brew. Okay, so a few rounds left until the Moab. I think I'm going to go just for the Moab shard, and then we're going to chill. The Moab is going to come out from this side, from the right side, so it's going to bump into these spikes, and then the ceramics are going to get taken care of by the ice. But I do want to talk about the crosspath and why I think the 320, 420, and 520 is the best one. It's because you have to make a choice. Either you're going to get attack speed or you're going to get the refreeze, which is basically the most important one out of the bottom path upgrades. Now, what the refreeze allows you to do... Oh, yeah, that's something that we didn't account for. So let me try and patch things up with... Maybe if I just pop like one of them and then one of them gets... Yes, exactly. If I just pop one of them, the shards are going to take care of everything else. This is very good. Okay. Now, even though I bought the embrittlement, I kind of forgot about the Moab share, and I hope that we have the... Oh my god. Look at the money. That's insane. I almost messed this one up, but I think that's going to be enough. Just so the Moab pops. And then these ceramics just should get eaten up, right? Oh my god, what? Okay, this might be an interesting tower, actually. So, the way that I want to play this, I want to have this tower deal with all of the small balloons. So, we're not going to stop here. In fact, I haven't even started buffing this thing. I want to give it a 4th tier alchemist. Is going to be a stronger stimulant. I want to give it a village. It's going to be a primary training village, and I also want to give it the millipede village, which is going to be the cold arms and hopefully the homeland. So when we buff this guy, I want him attacking like crazy. Now the problem that he has is that, and these charges are going to be triggering like crazy as well. Now the problem that he has is the fact that he cannot deal with Moab class balloons. And how do you deal with Moabs? Well, you guys know the answer. And also, you know what? These two are a very nice combo because the spikes, which I think you should get the spike storm, by the way. Let me just, okay, let's not get it now. Let's just get the strongest stim, and then we're going to get the spike storm eventually for, I think we're going to need for the 50s. Let me slowly start building off the base. Let me start with 2 villages. We're going to have one on the left, one on the right side, because they're going to be different ones. So this is going to be the top hat village, which is going to be, I'm going to stop at the primary training. We don't need the camo. Do we need the grow blocker? Probably not. I mean, I guess I'm going to get it for 76 or something like that, but let's watch this one. Let's watch the shards Oh my lord, what is happening? Were these shards always this good? Like, were we sleeping on this tower? This is just a 401 alchemist. Is this the buffs doing their work? Because we do have the embrittlement, so this is a 420, so I guess these shards are doing +2 damage in total. It's +1 from the alchemist and then +1 from the debuff. So they should be eliminating green balloons in an instant, and I think that they are. Are we sleeping on these shards? What's happening? I mean, listen, I know the map is good, okay? I know that. I know that we're playing on a perfect map for this thing, but these shards are actually kind of cool. Now, I've been talking so much about the Ice Tower, and I can't believe I forgot to mention that the shards actually affect Moab class balloons. And even though this tower sucks versus Moabs, the shards actually affect them. Is it gonna happen now? Let's just see. Oh my god, look at that damage. Yes, yes, yes! That's insane. Look at this tower. I love this thing. And now because they gave the shards buff, I mean, this thing is zoning, right? This thing is just one-shotting Moabs with the explosion of the shards. Is it gonna happen again on these second Moabs? Okay, one of them popped. Let's watch this one. Is it gonna pop from the shards? I do have the ability, but I want to save it. So let's watch. Oh, this guy's not gonna pop, is he? Of course, yes. Oh my god. This is like plus 2 damage only on the shards. So when we get this super brittle, this is gonna be plus 4. And then maybe something like, I don't know, we're gonna get the village, I guess. So this is gonna be even more insane, I think, when we get the call to arms. Let's just watch these shards. That's so satisfying. Because it's lead balloons and it bombs them really fast. And look at that. That's just so satisfying watching these shards explode. And I think that, you know what? I think that we might want to be getting the carpet first instead of the super brittle. Even though the super brittle is going to be the main tower, we just don't have any ways of dealing with. Oh, by the way, let's just watch. Yep, all of them are gone. Yep, this is actually insane what these shards are doing. But there seems to be a little bit of RNG to this because this is my second attempt at 63 and I lost the first one, and that was just purely due to RNG and these shards just not popping balloons. So there is a little bit of an RNG aspect for sure. And now this is the problem. A pure Moab round is absolutely the problem for this tower. Although if we pop it, do I just let... Oh my god. I was gonna ask, do I let this round be? But yeah, I got the answer. I know this round 69 and we're gonna be around 70, but just think of how ridiculous of a round we're having so far. This is a 420 Ice, which is a tower that costs about $4,000, maybe a little bit more than that, which is getting buffed by like a 401 Alchemist under a 310 Village. That's it. I mean, this thing is handling the Moab class balloons, but the pop count on the ice is 115,000, and this thing is 33, which is mainly Moabs. And you know what? This thing is even dealing with Moabs by itself sometimes, like now while I'm talking about it being able to deal with Moabs. Just a reminder that we're playing on a map that is perfect for this thing. So you do not get anything better in BT6 than this specific map. So let's just keep that in mind. But you know what? That's not going to change the fact that this is a $4,000 tower. And it's destroying everything. It's doing really well. Okay, so Carpet Spikes is going to come out right on time because we have rounds like 75, 77 incoming. So let me just get it now. And now we don't have to worry about the Moab class balloons, at least not as much as before. I'm not going to buff the Carpet Spikes. I don't think I'm just going to leave it be like that. And now all of the money is going to get spent onto this thing, the Super Brittle. Okay, so as soon as this round ends, that is where the actual challenge starts for this thing, because the ceramics are now not spawning at the same rate. In fact, it only releases one ceramic per Moab, and the ceramic layer gets a lot tougher than before. So we should be seeing a lot less shards or is that actually true? Because there are a lot more balloons in general. So I don't know if we're going to be seeing less shards, but it's definitely going to be struggling to get through the ceramic layer in general. Now we are at $24,000, which means that we did the right choice in buying the Carpet Spikes first, because we're going to have it. I think we're going to have the Super Brittle on this next round on 82 as soon as this one ends. I think I see a little bit of shards, but yeah, the frequency of shards is definitely getting reduced. So let me get the Super Brittle now. I'll just watch it on these guys. So they're all gonna explode, right? Yes. Yes, they are. I think it's, even though these are super ceramics and the ceramic layer is a lot tougher than the normal ones, I think that it's still gonna be doing kind of fine. So let's start doing the other ones. Let's start getting the overclock. And let's have this thing attack like crazy. That's gonna be the next one. And then eventually, what else are we getting? I mean, I don't know. He's not gonna need an MIB, but he is probably going to do very well with like a call to arms or something like that. So let me get the overclock first. Okay, so just got the money for the overclock. Let me buy it. And this is round 87, which is the, I guess you could call it the arch nemesis of this tower. So let's, as soon as these guys walk in, I mean, the carpet is doing kind of nice versus them. So let's overclock it now. And let's just see. Oh my god, it actually works versus super ceramics. it claps all of them at the same time. That's just insane of how good this thing is. Let me overclock it. A lot of 4-eye balloons coming in, but they seem to be, I don't know what they're bombing on. I think it's a combination between the shards and the Carpet Spikes. So these ADs are not going to be an issue because we do have the Carpet Spikes doing it by itself. But yeah, this is exactly what it is. It's supposed to struggle versus, and that is small balloons. And let's just watch it on this round because it's a lot of balloons. So let's see how good the shards are now. I think because now we have the double amount of shards and they do a lot more damage. Oh yeah, look at that. So they do seem to be doing a little bit of, yeah, I do see some Moabs clapping. So actually having this tower alone, I think that's kind of the point of this, right? Because having this tower alone is not going to be that beneficial. You kind of need other towers attacking so that you trigger the shard effect from this one. So having this thing as the main DPS is actually probably not a good idea. But if you do have other towers that are just going to keep attacking these frozen balloons, they're going to further trigger the shards, then I think that that is the perfect way to do it. Okay, so round 94, there are a lot of balloons incoming, and I think it's time for us to get ready for the call to arms, which is 21k. We're at 9k, but the money's going kind of fast. Let me overclock. Oh, wait a minute, these balloons are kind of making it all, well, they're all in the center, but are the shards good enough to pop all of them? I think they are. Oh my god, they're actually popping Moabs at once, which are, and keep in mind, these are ramped up Moabs, these are like not normal Moabs. I do have the ability, but I'm just gonna let the passive one do its thing and hopefully releases some small balloons, and then everything gets clapped into, oh my god, where did they go? Let me overclock it now. We have a bunch of balloons in the middle. We're gonna see something similar now because we don't have any small balloons now. Exactly. Yeah, you guys already know what it is. So no small balloons means no shards, and no shards means no damage, basically. So if we get some good, yes, exactly. Look at how different this is from the previous one, at least where we lost on the previous one. Okay, it's not maybe that much different. Let me use the active ability, and as soon as you get some small balloons, yes, everything starts exploding. Yes, very good. Okay, so we are actually going to get the money for the call to arms, and it's going to be on this round, but are we going to get to activate it in this round? I hope so. So a lot of small balloons first and 45 Moabs. Let me overclock it, and I'm just gonna spam this thing. So I want to get it as soon as possible. There we go. And now let's watch the shards go down. I'm actually gonna save it. You know what? Let's save it for if we can actually make it to 98 without using it. That's gonna be amazing. But I do want to see these shards go to town. So small balloons, and now a bunch of ZOMGs. So we're gonna need these ZOMGs to pop. Yeah, I'm gonna need the active ability. So let's pop everything. And now shard action, yes, pop those Moabs, more shards. We'll clock in a second, give me more shards. I need to see you guys pop. I want to see all of these guys evaporate in a second, which is going to be just the funniest thing because it's a nice tower in the middle. Yes, they all disappear. That's insane. I genuinely cannot believe how good this whole thing is. Like, this is, I don't know, has it always been like this? Is this like a product of update 40? What is happening? I don't know, because I wasn't using the Ice Shards as a particular tower to do damage to stuff, so I have no gauge on how good it actually was. But it's round 98, and we're going to use everything now. So I'm going to give them a little bit of time. Now, actually, let's do it now. So let's overclock. Let's get the call to arms going. It's going. I know that you can't see anything, but everything is active. And so what I hope to see is things disappearing in the middle. So if things are disappearing in the middle, we're doing fine. We have a regen potion. We need to get some to kind of break these balloons apart into smaller ones so that we get the shards. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do that. Yeah, this is way too many balloons for it. Okay, so we can buy something like a Moab glue or something like that, but I don't want to do it. I actually don't want to do it. So let me overclock it. Let me do the call to arms. So I'm going to do the carpet of spikes, which is going to be a stronger version of it. And I'm going to regen so we can do... Wait, what happened? Where did the balloons go? Did everything pop, or what's up? I'm going to overclock it again. What? Did everything just blow to the shards? I see half the round gone. Where did the round go? Okay, that was ridiculous, 98. I mean, did everything just evaporate? Did we just get some good shard RNG and everything popped in like a few shots or something like that? I don't know. Okay, this is round 98, and then it's obviously not going to do anything versus... Oh my god, look at it go down. It's obviously not going to do anything versus the bat besides amplify the damage that this thing does, but the Carpal Spike does. But I don't think it's even going to... I think the bat is not even going to... Yeah, it's probably going to pop before it even makes it to the middle. Yeah, there we go. Let's Carpal Spikes this. Let's use the call to arms, and that was the amazing new Ice Shards that we got. So in general, this looks like a good tower to me, but we're not playing it correctly. As in, we do need other towers to activate the shard buff, so that these small balloons explode. And then on the other hand, we're playing on a map that's perfect for it. So you know, on any other map, I mean, you still want to have it on an intersection or something like that for sure. But then again, how much damage would this thing do? I don't know. I feel like it's not going to change too much in the sense that it's still going to be used in the same way that we're using it so far. But this is a very welcome buff, and it was a very fun experience to do it like this. Just to have it as one of the main DPS towers and see Moabs and BFBs explode, that was super fun. So that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you all in the next one.